Are those comments beyond the pale in your view?
Well, as I said, his earlier comments regarding General Milley were inexcusable and really have no place in the public debate. But I think it's one of the reasons why, despite what some of the national polls may show, I think Republican primary voters know that we need new leadership, not just in the White House, but in the Republican Party. And that's why, I'll be back in Iowa first thing in the morning, and we're going to continue to take our case of a commitment of that broad-based conservative agenda that's defined our movement for years. But also, I was inspired by Ronald Reagan to become a Republican, and it was his conservative agenda, it was his optimism, and it was his civility, I think, that made it possible for him to lead an administration that revived the country and literally changed the world.
You talk about civility at length, and you said you think Republican voters know, but I think the question is, do they? Because right now Trump is running away with the race. I mean, lately he has called for the parent company of a news network to be investigated for treason. He's vowing to seek retribution if he wins. He says quite blatantly that he will go after and target his political opponents. I mean, with comments like that, do you believe that he is a threat if he returns to the Oval Office?
Look, I spent 4 years trying to explain Donald Trump's words, and I'm out of that business now, Caitlin. What I can tell you is that everywhere I go, everywhere I go, Republican voters believe that Joe Biden has weakened this country at home and abroad. I mean, we're struggling in this economy. We have the worst border crisis in American history. That disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan has emboldened the enemies of freedom. But with all due respect, this isn't about President Biden. It's about the Republican frontrunner right now, Mr. Vice President. Well, I hear you, and I know you all like to focus on those national polls. I'm just telling you what's happening on the ground is a lot more dynamic than it looks in the day in and day out polling that you might see. I mean, I'm convinced that well more than half of Republican primary voters know that we need a change. And I'm going to continue to work my heart out to earn the right to be our standard bearer and to carry us to victory. One of the polls I really liked recently, Caitlin, that